All right, so hi tea quilters. Today is National Quilting Day. Today is Saturday, March 18th, 2023, and we're here with the live sewing chat. So I'm ready. I think I'm ready for sewing. I probably don't feel like sewing, but I'm here. I actually today went to a quilt show, a local quilt show, so that was fun. And we've got Phyllis G here, Vivian Calvey, Beb Dixon, Judy Smith, Melody Kiefer, Susan T, Beverly Akins, Pumpkins Patchwork. And Vivian's reminding people to hit the thumbs up button as well. So thank you, Miss Vivian. Janet Mackerel saying hello, T&T Quilters. Lily S, also known as Shaiba Quilts. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Margaret Hassler says Miss Topaz. Margaret Hassler is saying hi. As long as Miss Topaz, Betsy Layton, Shirley Peters, Sue Mary Martin, Sheila Willis, Sandra Thompson from Corpus Christi, Texas, and Becky Bramlett saying hello everyone. She's crocheting and listening to you talk. Monty Pep, woohoo, thumbs up, people. Thank you. And Michelle the Quilter is here saying hello to you and everyone. Happy Quilting Day. Irish Lady says hi to you and all. Hope everyone is well. Vanessa Brown's here. All right, Lily S, thank you. And Debbie LeBlanc is here saying hello. So, agenda today. Really, I need a nap. It's been a long week. Finally got all of my fabrics in for my fabric haul that I had last week. And so tomorrow or maybe even some parts of today, I don't know if I'm up all night. We'll see. I'll start sending out invoices. I got everything cut. I have I'm going to say about 80-ish fat quarters that need to be folded. And then I will start sorting those into fat quarter bundles. And so then I will just start sending invoices so I can fill orders in the order. I'll send invoices in the order of orders received. And then I'll also start mailing in the order of paid. So once I send you your invoice, make sure that you can get it paid so that I can get your stuff in the mail. So I'm looking at Monday being a large mail out date for me. Tomorrow, I'm gonna do those last fat quarters and get those sorted so I can get those ready for mailing as well. So it's been a long week. It's been a great week. I'm tired because fabric boxes are heavy, and so I've been doing a lot of moving of boxes. Also, my first time I kept the grandbaby overnight. My daughter's been doing really, really well with the baby. I've gone over during the daytime and assisted her, but she's been doing all of her overnight. So I just offered to watch the baby overnight just so she could get some rest. And then she tells me that she drove by my house 4 times. I'm like, huh? She is too funny. I'm telling her, she said, you was texting me talking about get some sleep, talking about she was on the side of my house. That girl's something else. But so I took the baby to the quilt show today and then dropped her off after I left the quilt show. Came home, got maybe like a 2-hour nap, but I need like maybe a 4-hour nap. So I'm in that middle stage where I want to go to sleep and also want to be awake because I got things to do. So let's see who else has come in. Quite a few people have come in since. Let's see. Claudette Bettis, Kevin the Quilter, Talking about he heard a lot about Miss T of Teaquilts. Gonna check her out tonight. I was with him today in Jersey. And then Jason Lewis is here saying, hey y'all, happy Saturday evening, Miss T and all T quilters. Sue GSD, good evening, T and fellow quilters. 465 days until the greatest retreat ever. And she's throwing shade. Tom Whittick Ecker is here saying, welcome to the channel, Kevin the Quilter. That's right, Tom. And then he also says, hey, T and all T quilters, hit the thumbs up for Miss T. So thank you so much. I appreciate that. Let's see. Remo says, good evening. Miss T and Quilter, thumbs up and have an enjoyable time. Hello, Remo. Welcome. Carla Ford's here saying, good evening, T and everybody. And let's see who else. Teresa McCormick. Sheila's talking to other people. Sandy Agger's here. Tessa House saying hi, everyone. Welcome to the channel, Tessa. My brother Ray Mahone's here saying hi, sis, and everyone. Maddie Barnum's here. Hey, T and everyone. I'm late. You're right on time. Murda R says hello. Good evening, everyone, from Valdosta, Georgia. Janice Miller's here. Hello, Miss T and everyone. Joe Carmel's here saying, hey, Miss T and everyone. She's waving. Linda Denton, hello. Carrie Richards, Judy Hebert. Wash your hands. Leah Bryant. Just trying to get through some of them. So welcome, everybody. I hope you all have had an enjoyable day. I hope you all got some stitching in today or of some kind today. So that'll be awesome as well. Let me see. I'm going to move this phone over just so I don't knock it over. Cut this iron on. Let's see. I don't know. I haven't been back in this room. We left off where I was sewing pairs. I ran out of thread. And I haven't been back in here since. So these are pairs of twos. And I don't even know where the one I ran out. It has to be when I was sewing pairs of fours. And I don't know if I put them in a bag or what. You would think if I got these up here, they're done. Welcome to my world. I did not come in here today and prep anything for you guys. I feel like I have pieces missing or something. Because I sold some pairs. Oh, this is it. So I tell you what we're going to do, just so we can eliminate the confusion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I need 7 pieces on my next one. So I'm going to take one of the fours, one of the pairs, and then a single. And we're just going to sew these together. So these are my 4 that I've sewn. I sewed 4 blocks together last time I was here. And I haven't pressed anything because I don't know which way it needs to be pressed, because I already have 3 rows put together. So this is going to be row number 4. Hey, Darcy Savali, welcome. So I'm going to sew a 2 onto here. And I feel like I got some blocks somewhere else or something. I don't know. I feel like I don't have enough blocks. Like, where are my blocks? I don't know if I took them to my other area to press them and haven't pressed them or what. But we'll work on what we can. We're not going to get it all completed. And then, so we'll need 9 on our next one, so I can sew 2 of these 4s together. and then add one. So both of these, I just need to add one more block. Okay. Oh, it's up here. Oh my goodness. It's gonna be one of those days, guys. All right, now I just need an A block to put on the end this way. Hold on. Okay. Just making sure I turn it the right way. Darcy saying give T a thumbs up, and if you're new here, subscribe and hit the bell to get notifications when T is here. We have fun. So thank you, Darcy. And let me see if anything happened before that when I wasn't looking. Patricia Priest is here. Hey, Patricia, welcome back. Kara, welcome to the channel as well. Saying hello to you and everyone. I think that's it. Any news about retreat from Sue? No, the person that I mentioned, she said she was going out on medical leave that does the billing and stuff. So I never did get that. I do want to just go ahead and give people the option. If you want to start paying, you can. So I just haven't had time for that yet. All right, so that's one. And then we're going to put one more on this one. So not yet about retreat. I don't know. It's just weird to me. So, but you know, I don't run anybody's business. I run my own. I'm just trying to understand. So, all right. So I've got these two that I've got the row stuff ready. So 2, 4, 6, 7. So both of these are going to get the same treatment. We want to put one of my setting triangles on the corner. So I got these pre-cut. I did have somebody asking me, and I haven't had a chance to do a whole lot with messages because I'm only dealing with order messages at this time, since I only got so much time. Somebody was asking me what the measurements are for this. I think I stated all of that in the very first video. I basically started with a 3.5-inch square because I mean, this is a simple block. You can figure out the measurements. My block equals 6 inches. I started out with a 3.5-inch square because I cut on point using the smallest bags that I had from the Crown Royal series. So my center square with the Crown Royal is 3.5-inch square. And then to make a 6-inch block, I cut pieces that were 2 by 3.5, 2 by 5, and then also 2 2-inch squares. That's all I got. I have nothing in writing. And I don't even remember what I cut my setting triangles at. That was a long time ago. This is one of those projects that I've been working on. It has no deadline, so it's whenever I don't have something else that I need to get done that I can show you all, because there are some things I need to get done. I just can't show you all. So, but I haven't been sewing on those either. I did make some quilt tops I need to get quilted, but I've got other customer stuff before that. So once I get these fabric orders out, I'm going to start working on quilting, long arming, just to get quilts out. All right, so we got these 2 rows that I just made has triangles on them now. So this is my first row going like that. And I'm just going to go to my board over here and see which way I need to press these seams. I thought this picture looked weird. I thought when I put this up here, I said, girl, this looks backwards. And I don't know why I put my triangles on that way. This one works. No. It looks like the picture. I put it on exactly how the picture is, but it's not lining up. Okay, this one will line up. Let's make sure. Yeah, they'll line up. I just haven't gotten it down far enough. Hold on. One of those days, guys. Oh, I know what it is. I had to pull the block down. Okay. It's on a diagonal. It's a whole nother different set. All right, so let's see. This seam is going out. This seam is up, up. So I'm going to temporarily just press all of these seams to my left of the row. And then if I need to change anything, I'll do it later. You know, I can change it. Well, these are not half square triangles, so it won't be a critical. It won't be the end of all things. But I do like to nest my seams if I can. So I'll show you. I'll pull my piece off the board. I just needed to know. I needed it hanging so I can know which way to press my row. Okay. So that's what we're doing first. And then I'm going to sew this row onto the 3 that I got, just so we can grow it a little bit and make it feel like we're doing something. All right. Have a few pins in here to make sure it didn't fall. So now I got to get rid of those. So this is what I have. I just want to grow it a little bit so we can see some progress on the main piece. Okay. So I got my shoes here. I stepped out of my shoes. My little flip-flops. All right, so we're going to put this one on here. Got a piece of thread right here. And then we're going to pin this. All right, let's see who else has come in. Bonita Nance is here. Evelyn Allman. Did I see you at the quilt show today? I was there. Yes, I was there. Now I got a seam here that's not matching up, but I'm just going to let it go. I pressed them all one direction and I got a seam that's not going the right way. So we just gonna go with the flow, right? I was at the quilt show today. Oh, she's talking to Kevin. Okay. Oh, Kevin, were you at the quilt show? So yeah. Kim R lives in Millstadt, Illinois, across the river from St. Louis, Mo. So hi, Kim. We're working on I don't necessarily think it's a a long project. It's just one of my projects that are not one that's due. It's just something I pick projects for my Saturday live sewing chats, just so I already have something to do, and I don't work on those unless I'm live. So that's what's happening with this and why it's not done. um Susie K is here saying that looks so nice. Thank you. Lori Anderson's waving, saying hi, hello, and welcome. Not Now Designs, which is Jennifer Mizard, is saying Jennifer is here barely. Hey, friends. Hey, Jennifer, welcome. All right. We got one more major intersection. I'm just intersecting the blocks. I do have a square that intersects, but I'll just match those up as I go. I'm pinning about every 6 inches here, so it should be sufficient for me to match those other pin points. And let's get one of these on here just so we can grow this thing, right? Uh-oh. I got a block laying up here, and I'm wondering if I added my extra block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So I got 7 on this, and I need 9 on the other. That's part of quilting. As you sew, so shall you rip. So we won't be surprised if I have to rip something out because I didn't add this extra block, or I took 2 out. Had an extra one. So we'll find out in a minute. It won't be this block and this piece. It'll be this one here. So let's check it while it's on the brain, right? I need 9 on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So that's that one. All right. Let's see. We mostly everyone step out, step back in. You're watching. You must be interested. Subscribe, and you will enjoy. Learning is and get education, show support and love. So thank you, Miss Remo. So yeah, so let me also know what you guys are working on today. What's your project, even if you're not at your sewing machine now? Let me know what you're working on. Matter of fact, you got to pick one other YouTube channel that you can shout out. One YouTube channel. You can do that. Don't give me a list. I'm going to skip it. I have just one seam in between the blocks that need to be matched up, so it's all pretty easy sewing here. Craft with Love, Larissa's here saying greetings, T and all. T, you should show us all your beautiful grandbaby. I did. If I have a video up, Darcy, where my daughter is thanking Sheila for giving her a gift. And at the end of that video, if you watch it, it's only like a minute and a half video. 2 minutes, somewhere around there. At the end of that video, I show you the little baby. She had just taken a bath. She had been fed, diaper changed, and she was just content, about to fall asleep. But I did. And I post pictures on Facebook here and there. I do not post a whole lot of pictures of my granddaughter because I leave that for my daughter to do. But she has been posting pictures in the Facebook group with whenever the baby uses some of the stuff that she's gotten from the Teaquilts, she'll post them in the Teaquilts group. So pictures are there. Francis Jackson is here. Linda Denton shouting out Tiffany's Quilting Life. And Tiffany just coming in here, saying that her and Eric are watching while sewing. So that's awesome. Miss Topaz says she took a Zoom class on the braid quilt. So that's awesome as well. And so I'm just going to chain so I don't have to cut my threads because I know I'm going to need 11 in the next row. So may as well utilize some thread, make a pair. Or sew 2 pairs together into 4s. I think I've sewn some in the pairs last week. All right. So now, this is the problem with a small area. I don't normally press in here. But we're going to see what we can do so we can flip this over. Uh-oh, it cut off. We got to wait for the iron to heat back up. Let's see who else is shouting out channels while we wait for that. Okay. Judy's working on a string quilt. I learned the method from Sister Chicks using coloring book paper, so that's cool. Sue is shouting out quilts by Carmel. Judy, another Judy, Judy number 2 is quilting on her Juki. I have 3 baby scrap quilts to finish. And she's shouting out Treasure Heart Creations. That's Eric's channel, Eric Oda. Maddie Barnum saying hey Teats and hey Teaquilts, and she's also shouting out the same. Joe Carmel. Andy says she's working on string blocks, so that's cool. I got to do some string blocks myself. And I think I added that video. I was on here last Saturday and got a gift from Sheila. So that video came out Sunday of this week. So it's not like buried. It's just a little bit short video. You won't have any trouble finding it. The only other video up there is a live from Wednesday. It was an uploaded video instead of a live. Sue is working on getting rid of the dog barking induced headache from today. Oh my gosh. Susie says she's having to lay down. Was at a sew day with friends, and even though I love sewing all day, my back doesn't like it. So yeah, sometimes just having the right chair makes all the difference. We sat in chairs today. They weren't bad chairs, but they didn't do anything for you either. Around 2, it's here saying hello to everybody. Tessa House says shout out to Revelations Quilt, so thank you. Nikki B is late. My mom and I love the quilt show today at Queenie Park, so that's awesome. Glad you were able to make it out as well. And the quilt show also goes till tomorrow too. I think I don't know, it starts at 10 maybe, 10 a.m. But it's tomorrow too. But check and make sure you know what time. It's Bits and Pieces Quilt show called A Fanfare of Quilts. T says I thought I said good evening to you all from her, but she's saying evening all tea quilters. I was robbed just in from grocery shopping, right? Kenneshaw am saying hi as well. Betsy says she's working on a scrap club project. So that's cool. Sharon Lewis is here saying hi to everybody. And Tessa is also working on kitchen house tile toppers. No, on kitchen tile toppers. I told you all it's going to be a long day. That is too funny, though. Jennifer says she have a field trip lacking one row on the long arm, but certainly working on a hot foot Sunday with a friend. That's funny. Sharon says she likes the quilting marine. She's shouting out Erica Arndit. I don't know how you say her name on YouTube. That's Monty Pap shouting out that YouTube channel. You can look down there and see. It's spelled ARNDT. Joe spent the day with mom and now driving home. Shout out to Kevin, the Quilter channel. And that's so funny because Kevin, he hasn't uploaded anything. And Kevin's channel is mostly about chickens, the times he do upload. But I've learned some stuff from watching some of his videos too. But he doesn't have a lot. Kevin was heavily into blogging at one point. So he wasn't really ever heavy into YouTube. And his blogging was about his life, which includes chicking and quilting and everything else. Phyllis says, I spent a few hours this morning making tote bags for the homeless. And that was nice. I saw your photo online. So that was pretty cool. Benita says, I need to be in my studio quilting, but I'm looking at Woman King and listening to Miss T. I actually love the Woman King movie. So that was really good. I didn't go to the theaters and see it, but I did watch it on Roku. I can't remember what channel it was on, but I did watch it. So that's a good movie. Teresa McCormick says, I'm attempting a major downsizing. Oh my gosh. That's hard because it's hard to get rid of stuff that's good that you like, apparently, because you bought it or you have it. So and Kevin talking about, Lord have mercy, Joe, about shouting out his channel. Dorsey says, I just got home from a spring break trip to California with some of my son's tennis team families. We went to Indian Wells tennis tournament going on there. So that's awesome as well. I've never been to a professional tennis tournament. And Sheila says, I like that movie too. The Woman King, that is. All right. Oh, what we're trying to do is get a heated iron so we can press, right? So let's do that. And then we have one more row. And we've done sewing for today, right? I really am not in the mood to be sewing because all I can think about is all the business stuff I got to do. I got, if you came in here late, I have about another half hour that I need for folding fat quarters. I had 15 minutes this morning before I had to leave the house. So I took advantage of those 15 minutes and folded about 50 fat quarters. So a half hour, I should definitely have the last 80 fat quarters folded. And then I can just start sorting them. So I'm glad about my progress. I've gone through, I stopped counting. Let's see, I had 360, 52 times 3 is 6, 156. So 350, 156, 360, and then 156. I have to write these numbers down because I'm going to forget them. I already know it. Let's see. And then 12. No, why did I say 156? That's more than that. Let's see. I had 52 pieces. That's 312. And then I have I'm just trying to count how many yardage of fabrics have I touched in the last week. 14. Uh, okay, listen to this, guys. I have touched 744 yards of fabric in the past week. Now, all of the fabric is not like it's not sold fabric, but then I had to go and cut some of it into fat quarter bundles and stuff like that. I still have some yardage of some stuff that may or may not be sold. I might just hold them for future take 5 kits and things like that. So, but I have gone through, purchased, sorted, been cutting on 744 yards of fabric. So yeah. Soon as I get these invoices out and start getting these, I can pack orders as they're paid. But soon as I start getting these invoices out, I will I'm going back to long arm quilting. So that's what I'm going to be working on. I got some quilts I need to get done this week. So we'll see how successful I am. I had cleaned it all up so that I could do that. And then Kevin came to help. Not that it's his fault, but Kevin came to help me. And so then what I did was I moved the sorting stacks to my long arm. And I've been trying to keep the long arm clear so when I want to load a quilt that it's ready, but that didn't work. Didn't work for long. So we just added this one row. Got a little bit bigger now. And I'm going to have to take this to my big board and press this really, really good. But yeah, so we're getting there with the Crown Royal quilt. And, oh, we got one more row, right? That needs to be pressed. So we're going to press these seams the opposite direction, everything except for the triangle. We'll keep it going the same direction. So I can actually add on another one now. Get it a little bit bigger. Darcy's saying, I just got home from spring break trip to California. So that was awesome. I'm glad you did that. Hopefully you had some fun. And she says, with some of my son's tennis team. Okay. Oh, that's the one I read. Okay. I did read that one. So that was pretty cool. I read that. T, would you recommend a Panasonic cordless iron? Now see, this is the thing. When I'm doing recommendations for something that I bought pre-pandemic, my Panasonic cordless irons are great. I haven't had any problems with them. When I bought mine pre-COVID, about, let's see, 2018 was when I bought my iron. And I liked it so well that I went back and bought another one pre-COVID because I wanted to make sure that if it wasn't an iron that lasted long, because I can normally burn an iron out in a year because I'm a prolific quilter and it's always on. So I was really impressed. I'm impressed with this iron because I'm still working on the same iron from 2018. I think I need the pencil. What did I do with it? I can't get my pen to write in midair. Okay, and then I need one more that's got 11 rows. Just trying to see before I get to the corner. So I was trying to count. All right. So let's pull this back. We're going to pin another row on here. Right here is Nope. Hmm. Did I put this on here wrong? I sure did. I put that in on wrong. That's why I felt like something was wrong because I put one of my pieces on wrong. Let's see how this other corner looks. I put both of these pieces on wrong. Did I? No, just the one on the bottom. All right. I knew something was weird and I'm like, why does this not look right? It was not, I wasn't on the right strip. So when I start looking, I went to the strip that I'd sewed first. As you sow, so shall you reap, right? Um, so would I recommend the Panasonic cordless iron? I would. I love it. I use it here in small spaces where I don't have a lot of space to press. So mostly when I'm doing my live chats. The only other time I use my Panasonic iron is when I'm going to my friends to sew, scrap quilting club, retreats. So I don't use it all the time, but when I'm in here piecing, I do use it. And then when my pieces get big, I'll take it into my big board area and press my rows or my completed blocks. So I would recommend. I've had nothing but a positive experience. I don't even have. I use steam. I use water in it, and I just use regular tap water from Missouri. I don't have an issue with bad water, and I haven't had water run or anything like that. So, and I know Sue is from here, so you shouldn't have to buy any special water. The only iron I put special water in is my steam press. And I mostly use that when I'm doing t-shirt quilts. Or if I just want to make something really, really lay flat, I'll say, we're going to put you on a steam press. So that's why I don't use the tailor's tacks, anything for pressing down to hold my seams, because if I got a really a good seam that won't lay down, I got a steam press, it'll lay down anything. So I just get it going in the direction I want, close it, and it's going to lay down anything flat. But I don't have to use it very often for that. Sometimes I just like using it. It's sitting right here behind me. Sometimes I do use it. I turn around to use it, but I haven't used it in a bit. I've been trying not to use it because I'm sure it takes up a lot of energy just for quilt blocks. But if I got something that's not laying how I want it to lay, or if I'm putting interfacings on things, I come use my steam press. That's what I bought it for, was to do those type of things. I just sewed this on here wrong. No wonder it looked weird. And now that I got the iron on, I was cold when I came in here, so I didn't even cut my fan on. Now I'm ready for the fan since I got the iron putting up steam in my face. So I would most definitely buy one. Now, I don't know what companies are doing post-COVID with products, trying to get supplies so that they can keep their products in action. A lot of things probably have changed the parts on the inside depending on whether or not they could keep it in stock or not. So I don't know about that. Miss T, I will fold the rest tomorrow when I come and deliver your item to you. You know what? I'm going to have those done because by the time you get here, I'm going to have fat quarters sorted at that point. So I want to get them sorted. So, and like I said, it's only going to take me like a half hour. I did 52 in 15 minutes. So it's not going to take me long to do 80 something, like 84 maybe. Um, Fat quarters, I'm going to do that when I get off here. I started to bring them in here and do that on the live, and I just said, no, you know what? I'll just wait. And I'm trying to make extra bundles, and then if people are ordering just the 4 fat quarter bundles off my website, I have stuff that I can pull from, and they're not all going to be the same 4 fat quarters cut from 1 yard. So it just takes it takes longer to cut the fat quarters than it does to I do want to close this up because I don't want to get stuck. It takes longer to cut them than it do to fold them. It doesn't take long to fold them, as we found out, because Kevin was a folding quilter. Okay, he was helping me fold fat quarters. So I'm just gonna sew something together so I can get my piece off. Again, I'm getting my next row prep without breaking my threads. Okay, and I need 11, so I can put a 4-piece on here now. This is 6, and I have a 4-piece for 10, and then we'll have 11. One single. All right. Take this off, press this seam, and then we should be able to put this on there. And I do want to press this seam down that was pressed the first time. Press it out anyway, as much as I can. Phyllis is shouting out YouTube channel Crafty Quilting Designs. So thank you, Phyllis. And talking about Miss T has touched a gazillion, billion, million and 1 yards of fabrics this past week. This is looking good. Thank you. You all are so nice. Darcy, Tessa, Maddie, Sandy, Evelyn. I tried out my new to me steam press. Those blocks are flatter than a frog on the interstate. You got that right. I love it. And I'm trying not, like I said, I like it to press my blocks with, but it's like, girl, you don't need all that power for just regular quilt block. But I do like it. Now let's make sure. Yep. Everything is pretty now. And got to get this in the right spot. I do put pins in between my block intersections, though. I don't have to pin every intersection and meet up, but I like to know that I'm in the right spot. Pin something. Kevin, thanks for helping T. Awesome friendship. Yes, it is. And Remo's thanking him as well. Larissa says, it's so funny y'all's talking about irons. I purchased 3 different irons I've been wanting to have for different reasons for all I do. Yep. And I love this little Panasonic iron when I go to retreats, because normally you have to either make an iron case, which I need to make for my other irons when I have my retreats, because this is my own personal iron. What I will say about this Panasonic iron is that it's not for ironing yardage. I think people get, this is a specialty iron. It's kind of like if you purchase a mini iron. To me, this is a mini iron on steroids. I like the Panasonic for that. My seam got twisted somewhere. I'm looking at that like you should be going the other direction. It is not an iron for pressing yardage. I have done a full review on the Panasonic iron that's on my YouTube channel too, if you want to look at that. But it's not an iron for pressing yardage. So don't buy it if that's what you want to use it for. I like it because it doesn't have a cord. And I like it because it's for small space pressing. It's not a super heavy iron. It's not going to give you like the pressing of a Rowenta or Oliso or anything like that. It's just not going to do that. But I love what it does, especially with no cord. Judy says she's had a Panasonic iron going on 2 years and it's still going strong. I would definitely get another with the Teflon base. Phyllis says, I've not had any problems with her cordless Panasonic. Remo says, mine's died. My iron was replaced after COVID. So she bought an iron after COVID and she had to send hers back. So that's one bad experience post-COVID. Miss Topaz says, my Panasonic iron is awesome. It gets really hot and stays hot for a while. Shirley says she loves her Panasonic iron. I've had no problems. Linda says, I would advise to get the iron with the ceramic plate. Darcy says, take a look and see if you have hit your thumbs up. If not, do it now. Thank you, Darcy. I'd appreciate if you all could do that. Eric is saying hi to everybody. He's come out of hiding. I guess he got a sewing break. I bet him and Tiffany are sewing like mad over there. Earlene Butler is here saying hi. Hope all is well. Still cold in Wisconsin. Girl, it was cold here today. It was beautiful day because the sun was out, but girl, the wind was brutal and it was like high in the 30s, say 34 maybe was the high, something like that. It was 20, maybe 26 or something when I left my house. It was cold today. And then everybody must have really been wanting to have a quilt show because I'm telling you, there was only back parking lot parking, okay? All the major parking lots were filled, and I was not going up a hill because I had Jersey in a stroller. And so I was like, it's not going to happen. So I parked on the street. It was in, the quilt show is at Queenie Park. And so it's in a park and they have some parking along the edge of the drive. So I was on that, but that meant I also had to walk back a little bit in the street. But, it wasn't much traffic leaving. All the traffic was coming in. So I felt safe with that. But everybody was out, even though it was cold. It was cold. So I hope they have a second successful day. It's so funny because they stamp your hand. Your $8 go for the whole weekend. It's like mine's almost gone now, and I don't know what's gonna happen once I shower. That is too funny, but I don't plan on going back a second day anyway. But you pay once. If you want to go back, you can. You get in free the second day. Just for those that may not know. Larissa says her Panasonic iron was one that I did get because it had a great rating. Plus, you showed your review videos on it, and that sealed it for me. Right. And I will tell you if something is bad, then I will tell you that it's bad. But I personally have had a great experience with Panasonic. I didn't think this iron was going to last this long. That's why the same year I bought it, I was like, oh, I like this, for especially going to class. You don't have to let it cool. That was what I was telling you guys. And I don't know what I did with the plastic top right now. Oh, it's over there. You have a plastic lid you put on top, and you don't have to wait for your iron to cool. You can just unplug your iron, put the lid on there, and it has a carrying handle, and you can take it to your car. You don't have to worry about burning anything up. And it's sitting on its own base, which is heat proof, so you don't have to worry about that. And I'm sure that there's enough place under the handle for air to flow through. But I've never had any problems with my Panasonic. Not a one. That's what I really love about it. Because I remember being at retreat and having to wait for irons to cool off. He said we is. Yep, Tiffany too. But they're sewing up a storm when I said that. Teresa says, so she's talking to Earlene, so I don't read those. Sandra Thompson asking, Miss T, the light purple on your Crown Royal quilt, is that grunge fabric? Yes, it is. I wanted to keep my Crown Royal quilt for this first one because I got all other colors as well. But for this one, I wanted to stay true to the actual Crown Royal, which to me says it's purple, but I couldn't, of course, use Crown Royal purple because I wouldn't have had any contrast. And for me personally, I just felt like using gold. The gold took over the quilt because I tried various gold yellows in the grunge as well. I just wanted the first one to be more purple-ish, so that's why I'm using purple. Now, I don't know if I'm going to put borders on this quilt or not. I haven't decided what I'm going to be doing with this. I will decide if I might want to put just a small gold border on here to accent the words, something like that, but it will not be like overwhelmingly any gold added into this quilt. I'm trying to make it read a purple quilt. So that's why I picked this particular shade of purple. I needed some contrast though, but that's not to say that my next one won't have any gold in it. But this one, I just wanted my first one to be purple. T, put a piece of tape over the stamp. It should keep. Oh, she's talking about when I shower. Okay. I doubt I'm not going back. I'm going to be working tomorrow. So I didn't even want to go to the quilt show today because I had stuff that I could have been working for myself instead of going to a quilt show. And Kevin was determined. I think Kevin wanted to go more than I did, but I enjoyed it once I was there. But if it was just me, I wouldn't have done it. I'd have been home working. I'd have had those fat quarters done. Bundles would have been bundled up. Yeah. I tend to do my business stuff first and pleasure last. So 2, 4, 6. So we need 5. And I don't know why all of a sudden my light is making noise, but that it didn't make before. My ceiling fan, not the light, the ceiling fan. I don't ever remember hearing this noise. In the last 2 or 3 days, I've been hearing this noise. All right, we probably got to warm up this iron again because I've been pinning, ironing, chatting. All right, let's see. Hey, Zandra Odam. Erling says, I am in Oak Creek, south of Milwaukee. So that's cool. Somebody must have asked her where was she from. Kevin says Kevin's gets whoops. I don't know why I'm trying to type. Kevin gets Miss T out when she needs a break. So yeah. All right, so we just need to get this part here pressed, and then we've at least put 2 rows on here doing this live. I normally would just sew this stuff and mark them and put them together, but hey, we're live. We let everybody see a little bit of it as it's progressing. And I can only show you again so much because I'm in such a small space, so I apologize for that. And then I will take this to my big pressing surface at some point and get a good press on this. I kept purchasing fabric because the yardage kept selling, and it's like if I don't keep purchasing fabric, I'm not gonna have any fabric for the fat quarter bundles. And I had already had orders for fat quarter bundles pre-buying fabric, so I had people that went onto my website. I have note on there saying that if you purchase fat quarter bundle, it could be up to a 2-week delay. And that was because I hadn't even had the fabric in my hand. All I had done at that time was just purchase fabric. But anytime I purchase fabric, I give people the option of, purchasing before I cut it into fat quarters. Because once it's in fat quarters, you don't get to randomly choose. You only get to randomly choose edge. Otherwise, I just do random fat quarter bundles. And I didn't cut any half yards because last time I tried cutting half yards, fat quarters, and yardage, it was a mess. So I kept messing up orders. I think I messed up 3 cuts this time, which wasn't bad. Messed up 3 cuts. Then I have to contact the people and go, what I would do is I would have a yard of fabric, and then at the fold, I would cut the fold, making it into fat quarters. And it was like, no. So it's not even a half yard cut. It's a half of a yard. So yeah, so it grew just a little bit more. Again, we're going to be running out of space here, but this is how wide it is now. So that's a big improvement. We'll just toss that over. All right. So this one gets 1 added to it, 1 single block. And I can go ahead and start my next set of pairs or 4s. I think I need, I don't know. Yeah. So I need 13 in the next row. And that's my center. I just got a little grid up here so I can know how many blocks I need. All right. Okay, we got one of these pairs. I need to put a 3rd one on right here. So I got 6-piece, I got a 5-piece, but I'm going to put triangles on them first. Okay, I don't need that one. Make sure you put this piece on here correct, ma'am. Right here. Like that. We don't want to rip again. We buy seam rippers just to have them. We don't really want to use them, you know. Okay. This piece here, I want it on the other end. Like that. And then we pray that everything is correct, right? What time is it? It's 9:03. Doing pretty good today. Okay. So now these 2 pieces go together just by the blocks. So I don't have to worry about turning anything upside down because they have words on them. Just piecing it this way so that I wouldn't have to cut my thread so often, that's all. Because I'm running out of extra blocks to I got blocks somewhere else because I know I got I'm not even at half the quilt yet and I don't have blocks. Like, where are my blocks? We may not be working on this one because I may have packed up my blocks. I remember thinking I was going to take it to retreat. And then I was like, no, we're going to keep that for the soul. But I had started packing up some of it anyway. So I have to figure out what I did with that. Because I changed my mind midstream. So This right here has everything connected. I think everything gets pressed. Let's look at this, make sure my last row went which direction. Yep, I'm in the right direction. Is it still hot? Yes, thank you. All right. So you all are talking to each other. That's great. Awesome. While I'm over here trying not to rip. So we'll see if I'm successful in just a bit. And Darcy is saying that Borgello has a lot of seams. Yeah, you do better making those in a tube and then cutting them apart with your seam ripper. That's when a seam ripper is your friend. Trying to get this last part done without having to heat my iron again. Still pretty decent, but you know, I got this thicker material with the Crown Royal bag, but it's done pretty good. Okay, so I'm one row. Once I sew this on, I'm like half of the quilt, but I don't have the center row. It's got an odd number of rows apparently. So we put this up here, right there. Flip that down, and I want to go back this way actually. So it's getting bigger. It's not a huge quilt though. It's like it's not even 70 inches in the center when I'm done. So it's not a huge quilt because my blocks are so tiny. My blocks again finish at 6 inches. And that's just because of the starting. Pinned in the wrong spot. That's just because of my starting piece. Because I used the very smallest Crown Royal bags to get started. And I was cutting them on point as well. My actual square. So that when I put my quilt on point, my squares, my Crown Royal would be upright. So yeah. Okay. Gorgeous Rose says the exploding heart pattern has a lot of seams too. I'm almost finished with sewing the rows together. Yep, it does. I did that one too. I just quilted Betsy. She got hers bound and it's hanging up on her wall. Really pretty. It's a gorgeous quilt. Okay. Miss T, I know you've told before, but that accent purple you chose is perfection. Thank you. And it is a grunge. Somebody just asked for people that came in late. It is a grunge. I took my piece into the quilt shop and just so that I could look at different colors with my blocks before I started piecing. And so that's what I chose was this one. They have a grunge that's a little bit lighter, but I was afraid because the blocks were so small that when I took a large photo that it was going to show more white than purple. But I almost bought that one too. But I just went for medium purple then. Stay in the medium. I think it's like a lilac color. All right, so we're almost pinned here. This is going to be the last row that we sew because I don't know where my other pieces are. I got to find them. They were all in here at one point. And, you know, I either took some to the back to press, and I don't remember if when I moved stuff for the girls, I don't know if I put them somewhere. I can't remember. So, but I don't think they're in here. But we'll, if I come back next Saturday and got a different project, you know what happened. What had happened was, and I probably will because I'm not gonna have time to look for blocks. If they're not sitting on top of something, I don't have time to look for them. Because I think what I did was I packed them up to take to retreat, but I changed my mind that I wasn't gonna work on it even after I had started moving stuff to be packed for retreat, and I don't know what I did with them. And I did not take it to retreat. And then I moved stuff so that the girls could come sew. So, yeah. And I don't have time for that. I'm cutting fabric. And I need to long arm quilt. So there's no telling what we'll be doing next week. We'll see. But I'm almost halfway done. Just shy of half. Thank you, Gorgeous Rose, saying that my crown royal quilt is beautiful. Thank you. Mary F is here. Hey, Mary, welcome. Uh, June Hanson is here. And saying hi, Miss T, and everyone. All right. This is my last row. I don't know how I hit stuff on the screen just scrolling, but I'm looking up. That's how I accidentally put you all in timeout. All right, almost to the end here. I want to just take my iron and press a little bit so I can have it ready. So it doesn't cut off. I do find, as I was saying in some previous videos, that the new Crown Royal bags compared to the old Crown Royal bags, the new bags are garbage. They fray a lot and they're very thin. The old bags are wonderful. I haven't even thought about how I'm quilting this yet. I'm just making blocks here. So it's just going to be, well, probably some all over design. I don't know yet. Don't know yet. Thank you, June. June says she had all old bags when she made hers, but So yeah, I have some large bags, but I had so many bags that I decided to use all the small bags first, just so that I could get them out of my storage, because it's not a whole lot you can do with the small bags as far as quilt wise. So I was just trying to get rid of them. So that's what prompted the size of this particular quilt. I do have a lot of large ones, and I'm hoping that when I use those, I'm not going to be cutting on point, so I can cut bigger pieces is what I'm hoping. So we'll see. Just sewing that last piece right there. Press this, and then we'll be done with sewing anyway, right, with this. I may go get my fat quarters and fold those final fat quarters I need to fold. I don't know. It's like I said, it's only a half hour. It's not critical. Any idea how many bags are in your quilt? This is 85 bags that I'm using in this particular quilt. So I'm making 85 blocks. And then I'm trying to figure out how can I incorporate, because this is just the front of the bags. And so all these pieces were cut from the front. So I'm trying to figure out how can I incorporate some of it into a border. So that's my next thing to do. I think I know what I want to do. I just need to make a test block and check it out. And I need to figure out if I'm going to put borders on here, I need to figure out what I'm going to do. I do think I want just a little bit of gold. I might put some of this purple first, then a little strip of gold, and then a final border. So I'm thinking 3 borders. But it's going to be a piece border on the outside using those bags. So I need to get all of that cut. Some of it I ironed when I ironed the front. Some of it I didn't iron, so I'm going to have to do some pressing. I'm glad I didn't pre-cut it with fabrics fraying from the new bags. That's one of the reasons I'm trying to get it together, sew some of this together as I go, so then I have less chance of fraying if it's seamed over not seamed. All right, it grew just a little bit more. So this is almost center. One more row will make center, and I can't see what you can see. But I don't have enough room here. So almost center. And then I need to make this same piece to go on the other side of center. So it's a lot of Crown Royal blocks in here. Like I said, it's 85 in this particular layout. And I need to find my other blocks so that I can keep I got my one set of blocks, but there's another set that I'm missing, because this is not enough to do half of a quilt. It's not a lot. Yeah. So I got to find my other pieces. All right. So I'm going to cut this. I'm going to cut this off, and then I'm just going to do some chatting. We're about 40 minutes out. But I don't mind just chatting anyway, because when I came in here, I really didn't even want to sew. So I feel better. I did some sewing, and now I cannot sew. Um, Darcy says garbage is how a lot of stuff is made nowadays. In the past, things were made to last. Now things die right after the warranty is gone, right? Especially appliances. I just feel like it's so bad for our environment to be replacing refrigerators. They only giving you like a 2 or 3 year warranty period on refrigerators, and most people are saying within 7 years they're dead. I just think that's horrible for our environment. So Judy says, I have been saving orange bags. I like how yours is coming along. She says, I'm open to suggestions. So, you can Google crown images. I always, whenever I'm Googling and I want to just look at pictures, if you put the word images, then it mostly will pop up photos first instead of places where you can buy. But I just Google Crown Royal quilts, and then you can check that. That's how I got mine. I just looked at that. I haven't gotten any pattern. I just looked at it and said, okay, what's the size, the largest size square I can cut for my Crown Royal, and I went from there. So that's how you can get design ideas. I've seen so many, even scrappy ones added in with memory quilts and things like that. So I've seen all kinds of Crown Royal quilts. Thank you, Lily, saying the quilt looks good. Also, Bonita saying way cool, perfection. Judy said that the bags, the crown oranges from Crown Royal Peach, and they are small. See, I have Crown Royal comes in all sizes and all the flavors because I have not all, I have peach, apple, and vanilla in the purple bags, and I have them in all the sizes that they come in. So they come in all sizes. It's just that that's what she has. Like that is here. Welcome. She said, sorry late. Thank you all for your support to Mrs. T's channel and business. She is an amazing person, teacher, and businesswoman. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Good night, Sue. She says, work early tomorrow. Hopefully not as bad as the rest of the week. Goodness gracious. She got to go back after they gave her a headache today. Vivian saying good night. Good night, Vivian. Deborah Sims Brown's here saying hi to everyone. Kevin says, Miss T, tell the nice people about your favorite quilt and quilter lookalikes we saw today, laughing out loud. I don't know what he's talking about. Mona did what? Says hi T and everyone. So hey Mona. Helena Carter is here. Hi T. Take a look in the box I sent. It has big bags, border scraps for me cutting out the front. Yeah, I did look in there and I noticed that you had bags, and I put it in with my Crown Royal. I have a big box that got all my Crown Royal stuff in it, so I did put it in there. So I know you got, because I thought you were only sending me scraps and you said bags too, so that was nice. But I do know that there's scraps there, so when I start cutting the ones because I have a container for just this project, so once I cut those, I will definitely go get the scraps from yours, because there's no need in cutting bags just to get scraps when I've already got scraps. So that's good. So I appreciate that. And Darcy saying hi, T, beautiful baby. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you. Mary saying it's beautiful. Damali J is here. Hey Damali, welcome. Everybody just coming in, hit your thumbs up. If you're leaving, check to see if you hit it before you go. Well, thank you, Darcy. That's our thumbs up moderator. She will put you in timeout if she has to, but she's our thumbs up moderator, as well as Remo. Those two are your two reminders for that. Judy says she's heading to Illinois in a few weeks, hoping my favorite corner bar up there has saved me a bunch. Yes. What part of Illinois are you going to? Mimo saying thumbs up. Come on and show some support. You're here looking. But yeah. Chicago, Illinois is like 4.5 hours from me. I really don't like driving into actual. So she's going to Kankakee. Kankakee. Okay. I don't know where that one is. Okay. So I don't know how far that is. But that's pretty cool. I just love as a kid, I used to just love road trips anyway. So anytime that car moved, I was making sure I didn't get left when I was a kid growing up. We love to travel. I was the first, as I said, born here in St. Louis. And so we always went back to Alabama, where I'm from. Shout out to Jennifer in Alabama. um I don't know if Marcy is here watching. Somebody who sent me. Let me see who sent me a Cash App. Somebody sent me a Cash App for $5 to join optional block, and then they didn't email me what their Facebook name was, and they didn't join on Facebook. If we're not friends on Facebook, I can't put you into a group without you joining up. You have to go and request it. It will not even let me send you an invite because we're not friends. So your name doesn't come up, or I don't know which one is you. So let me see if I can find via Cash App who sent me $5 that need to be. Yeah, it's Marcy Wade. And she just sent me $26 for a wood press. So I think is she the one that then I contacted via messages? It's so much going on, guys. I want to make sure you all, what you pay for, that you get. So I'm just checking. Yeah, she just sent it. So Marcy. Okay, request to join the optional block group. Sorry, guys, because I'll forget later. Because the fact that we're not friends, I can't just send that. So I'll make sure she gets her press. So she's just paying for her press. Okay. Okay. Technology is wonderful when it works. I just hate for people to pay for something on Cash App and didn't realize that they need to tell me what their name is or request to join, and then you feel like you paid for something and you never got it. So I do want to make sure I get people where they need to go. And I like to make these announcements in videos because somebody can pay for something and then they never get it from me, and then they come back on my video and start talking about it in chat. And I'm very upfront. When I make mistakes or if I do something, I let you all know it's my fault. If it's just something that's misunderstood, I like to let people know that too, because it takes communication for us, and there was no way for me to communicate with her. I hate that Cash App will not let me put in a written response. They'll only let me put in a thumbs up, heart, some kind of emoji. It won't let me say thanks, go join the group. I hate that. That's the one thing I hate about Cash App. When you're sending money, it'll let you tell what the money is for. But when somebody says, okay, thank you, I received it, you only can use an emoji. I think that's kind of weird. They need to fix that. Thank you, June Hansen. I'm sorry. She said she hit the thumbs up on her way in. And Judy says that it is just south of Chicago. Yeah, that's kind of too far. Sometimes I don't mind taking little excursions, but that's too far. I got stuff to do. If it was closer, like within an hour, I would have, trekked out. Going 55 North is one of my favorite antique places. Now, I don't go there for antique shopping. It's the Pink Elephant. and it's off of 55. It's not very many miles out of Missouri. And they got some very good soft serve ice cream. They've got a redone diner that puts you in the mind of Fonzie. If you ever, I'm showing my age. It reminds me every time I go in there of the Fonzie TV show. What was the name of that show? I can't think of it. Oh my gosh, Richard, Mrs. C. I think that was her name. Help me out, guys. Happy Days. Thank you. I know somebody is here as old as I am. Thank you. Happy Days. And they've got it in this beautiful, the walls are painted in a beautiful teal color. It is so pretty in there. And they even got a jukebox and everything. But I just love going to get, I've eaten food there. Food's okay. It's more than okay. It's more than edible. It actually tastes good. It's not the best food I've ever had, but the food is good. And then it's like, it's like a little grill. And then I've gotten the ice cream, which is why I really go there. But outside of it, they have a lot of famous people who are in 3 times bigger than they are statues outside. They've got Marilyn Monroe. I can't even remember all that's out there. That's where the pink elephant was the first thing that was out there. And the actual mall, the antique mall, is called the Pink Elephant. So, but thank you guys. A lot of people got Happy Days. Yes, that was one of my favorite shows. So Remo says 126 watching and the thumbs ups are not matching. Thank you, ma'am. Sometimes you have to refresh, and I don't know if she's refreshed or not, but it's always just a nice reminder anytime you're going in or out to make sure you hit the thumbs up button. That'll be great. Melissa LePage is saying Darcy is on it. Kevin says Super Monday Happy Days. Oh, Sunday, Monday Happy Days. Tuesday, Wednesday Happy Days. Thursday, Friday Happy Days. Saturdays, what a day. Grooving all night with you, I think. Yeah, it's been a while. But yeah, Fonzie was pretty cool, wasn't he? Happy Days and Laverne and Shirley, I watched that. Says 2 of my favorite shows. Yes, I watched that one too. Jason says jumping off to head to bed. Good night, everyone. Good night, Jason. June says she only see 88 thumbs up. So thank you, ma'am. Got people checking. But I appreciate you guys. Sit on it, Potsy. Yep. Hold on. But yeah, I used to like the Shana Na Gang for variety, and I like Carol Burnett show for variety shows back then. And then later on, we got In Living Color, and they were just cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs on that show. I used to call my daughter Little Magic from In Living Color because my child believed she could do anything. She was in so many events and side things. She done just about everything at school that she could. She even did field hockey. And when she came home and told me she was going to play field hockey, because my child is a fashionista, I thought she had lost her mind when I saw what outfit they were going to have to wear. And of course, as parents, we got to pay for these outfits. And I'm looking at her like, are you going to actually play field hockey and wear this outfit? Uh-huh. She just wanted to say that she done it at least once, okay? She played, I don't know if she could have played 2 seasons. I have to ask her. She could have played 2 seasons, but I know she did one, and she actually enjoyed it, but I was just surprised because field hockey is not a fashionista outfit, okay? At that time, plaid wasn't in unless you were going to Catholic school. So that was pretty funny. Good night, Earlene. Judy says just went out and there's 106 thumbs up. So thank you, Judy. And I'm okay with that. I thank you guys for doing that. I appreciate that. Darcy says, I wish our kids had sitcoms nowadays like we had then. There's so much reality TV out there. Yes, and you just never know. Like, as far as me, when I'm watching reality TV, they're not recording reality TV just to show you how somebody's everyday life is. they're doing it to show you the worst side of people. They do bad angle shots. They shoot up women's legs if they can. They show you people fat rolls. They are not very nice with the cameras on some of these reality TV shows. They show the worst part of people, and I don't. It's all about for them to generate a dollar for you to watch. And then people go to the internet, which is a good thing and a bad thing, because you get just so many responses from what they're showing on reality TV on the internet. So it's a hard life. I would never sign up to be on a reality TV show. I do know that. I would never do that. I watch enough that I'm like, I would never do that. You can't pay me enough money for that. Judy says my daughter was the same way. She even went out for wrestling. Oh my God. My daughter went out for, now she would never do that because she wasn't a fighter per se, but she went out for basketball, and she only wanted to, like, again, just to be on the basketball team. Now that only lasted one season. She was not a shooter. She wasn't signed up for a shooter because my daughter is short. But I guess she was some kind of guard. I don't know basketball lingo. So somebody threw her the ball and told her to shoot, and she was like, "Shoot? What are you talking about?" And she was just standing there stuck frozen because somebody told her to shoot when she was used to just being a blocker or something. So she ended up having to take a shot. She ended up making it just by the grace of God. But she was just in shock that she had to shoot. And I think that stressed her out because she had no intentions of ever trying to make baskets. She just wanted to be on the basketball team. She did that 1 year and she was done. Uh, and see, Teresa says she loved her some plaid. Betsy made a quilt out of her daughter's plaid uh uniforms for school, a Catholic uniform, and it turned out really cute. I actually liked it. I liked her block. I ended up buying a panto because I wanted something religious on it, and I bought this really cute cross panto that just tied in where the uniforms came from. If you weren't sure where they came from, this cross should help you. But it ended up being a really pretty quilt. I like it. I hope her daughter liked it. But it was y'all know I'm already one of those people that love memory stuff. So yeah. And Judy says neither was mine. They promoted her to assistant manager. That's funny. Wow. And Teresa saying what a great idea about the plaid uniforms. Yeah, and I think she used like a friendship star block. I can't remember because it's been a couple of years, at least 2 to 3 years since I quilted that quilt. But it was really pretty. And then, like I said, I just used, it had like a big cross, and then it went into like that was elaborate, and then a smaller cross in between the big cross, and then the smaller cross was more plain. But then they alternated the big cross, the small cross, the big cross, the small cross, and then the cross pieces kind of nested up into each other some kind of way. But it was really pretty. I like the design. I've only used it that one time, but I bought it because it was just perfect for that particular quilt. And she says, yes, she loved it, and you did an outstanding job. Yeah, but I love, love, love quilts like that I know is going to have meaning to somebody. That the fact that it was so many years of going through all that education, and now you've got it all wrapped up into a quilt. I like stuff like that. So thank you, Betsy. I didn't know if you were still here or not listening. I know Betsy is prolific with sewing, so she's not typing because she's sewing. So it's pretty cool. I got 4 of her quilt tops to quilt right now. Okay. So I want to start working on those once I get some of these orders out my door, get my long arm back cleaned off. So yeah. So we are 20 minutes in. Um I don't know what that was. It didn't show on my watch, but I'll just wait till I get out of here. I was trying to make sure it wasn't somebody trying to tell me something I need to know now, because that's what I use. I have Kevin and Betsy, and sometimes Sue will let me know when stuff is not right on their end. So they're kind of like my people that notify me. I didn't see neither one of their names, so I think I'm okay. So yeah, so you know what? If we don't have a whole lot of things to talk about anymore, we can get off here early today. I can go fold my remaining fat quarters and be productive. I do have to figure out what I'm gonna eat. Hmm. Hmm. Jim. Oh, Jim's here. I didn't realize Jim Bennett had came in. Hey, Jim, and bye, Jim. He says, good night. See you around. Be safe. Good night, Jim. I didn't know he had come in. Sometimes I miss your comments or chats. If I do miss those, please just repost them again. It's not intentional. If you're talking to somebody else, I skip those type of things if you're talking to somebody else. My brother is saying good night, everyone. Stay safe still. Kevin says you are allowed to get off of here early, Miss T. Right. I can't sew. Mona did what is saying corned beef. That's what she's eating, I guess. Or I don't know if she's suggesting that. I can't get that. I don't have that here. Janet is saying good night. June says good night. I'll rewatch the rest. Joe Cormel says she made it home. Thanks for the chat and good night. Good night. I think what I'm gonna do is go make pancakes from scratch. I think that's what I'm gonna do. See if I got stuff for pancakes. Do some folding and have something delicious. Love y'all. Stay safe. Judy says, well, good night. Take a rest and enjoy your night. So yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I think I'm gonna go make pancakes with my 20 minutes. And then I'll fold. Because I had not eaten pre-quilt show. I came home. I had some food left over from a dinner we had out. I don't even want to talk about that. And I don't even have a taste for it. And I still only ate half of that. I still didn't want to eat a lot of it. It was lamb chops. And then I don't want to eat anymore because I got one more lamb chop left. I don't want that anymore. So I think I'm going to go do pancakes. I've only had one meal today. So I'm going to do pancakes and I'm going to stay up because I can't go to sleep after eating something sweet like that. I'm going to stay up and sort my fat quarter bundles, or start anyway. I don't have to finish them, but at least get started. So that's going to be it, guys. You all stay safe, be blessed, and quilt out, everybody. See you Wednesday at 7 p.m. for 1 hour live chat. Bye.